Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. This is a test. So where were you actually from? Tell me a little bit about your life and what got you started on this road for art.
Okay, so I was born in the state of California, the Bay Area to be a little more precise. I grew up in 3 different places. First one being in Mexico, the state of Michoacan, where my family's hometown is. And secondly, we moved to California, and then we ended up moving to the state of Washington for the agricultural work. So I guess I've been in the county for about 15 years.
15 years now? Okay. So coming from, you said you moved here, your family moved here for agricultural work.
Yeah.
Now I know growing up in a place like Mississippi, it's not easy to be in an agricultural-based area and be creative. Like, how were you able to kind of move past that, or was it just always a very easy and simple transition for you?
I wouldn't say it was easy. It's just, it was kind of interesting learning about the different places, like even the school system itself. Every district that I attended to had their focus, and for me, I've always had an interest in art. And I remember even in Mexico playing with clay that was in the backyard.
Right. Somebody close to me who I knew was born there said that they have a lot of red clay there.
Yeah.
It was like that, so we used to do a lot of clay models, and I tried to build a furnace one time and started making little figurines and would try to heat them up. That was pretty much like a similar experience?
Yeah, I remember making my own little pots, little figurines, just like you say. And so I've always been interested in art just because of that. It was a way of having fun with, by myself or with others as I was growing up, but it wasn't until my senior year in high school that I kind of saw my potential thanks to a few teachers. And it wasn't until then that I decided to focus on my art a bit more. So I actually ended up going to Heritage University.
Oh, that's a pretty nice school. It's in Toppenish, Washington, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got my bachelor's in visual arts in 2017.
Nice. Now, I did not know they were doing bachelor's degrees.
Yeah.
I had to go to enroll at Jackson State University online to finish mine this fall in international business. So that helps things out a lot, knowing it's a lot closer than I thought it could be.
Yeah.
Well, so growing up, one of the big things about artists is you don't always typically seem to find that good network. How did you get part of the Unity Project to come and contribute your piece and to be a part of such a strong movement of women?
Actually, for one, a few of the girls that are participating, I went to high school with.
Okay.
Yeah, and some I even went to college with. And so, I saw the flyer, and given that at the moment I have 2 jobs, I didn't think I was going to be able to participate, even though I think it's very, very cool that it's, a group of women in the Lower Valley, and mainly Hispanic and Native American. So that to me is already so strong, and I remember thinking like, oh my God, I really, really want to participate, but I don't think I have the time. But a few of the girls reached out, and they're like, come on, I know you're going to be able to pull it off, just give it a try. So here I am, and I'm actually pulling it off, and I'm so glad that I actually, got over that little fear.
Right.
So thanks to them, I got in connection with the girls here.
Perfect. That reminds me of something I learned actually in public speaking when they're talking about productive ways to approach fear and stress. There's distress and eustress. That stress is just stress, but if you use it in a positive format, then you can sort of speak work that brain over and incorporate that for any fear, discouragement. You realize that discouragement is a form of encouragement, but it's just how you control it. So to see that you were so busy and be able to come out here, that's really amazing. Now, this is something I really want to talk about. The fact that you have 2 jobs, you came from an agricultural family. How did that come about? And how does that help mold who you are today? That gives a very strong voice to a lot of women. They're very dependent. Feminism, some people are viewed in different ways, but there's nothing wrong with anybody knowing how to take care of themselves and getting for their goals, especially being educated. That's another really great part.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot of good questions. No, you're good.
So first we'll start with 2 jobs. How did that come about? And for other girls looking for that same direction as you, what would you say to them?
I think as of right now, I was in transition from one job to the other. We are in the middle of a whole pandemic.
Yes, we are.
So my, I guess I wouldn't call it former employer because I'm still working there. We are struggling to get people into work.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, I'll wait and I'll train some people to do my job. But that waiting turned into a few months. So right now, I guess I didn't want to be that person just to leave them in the dark like that.
Right.
So I decided to stay and start my other job. And right now, I guess it's very convenient that I have my nighttime job. And I literally, within 30 minutes, I start my other one. So it's not like I go home and sleep.
You keep maintain that consistency.
Pretty much. It's like working a 14-hour shift.
That was just a 14-hour. Okay.
It's 14 hours.
You're like, it's just 14 hours.
Yeah.
I remember for a place called Crown in Mississippi, it's a warehouse. One day they put me down and they were training me to see what my longevity was and put me down for a 17-hour shift. I thought I was gonna die. It was 10 times harder than being on any film set going 26 or 30 plus hours because you can go sneak in a trailer, you can find out a car, you can do a lot of stuff to get some rest. If you're in a warehouse, you can go sleep in a room. This, it was straight work. So 14 hours, family, children, how are you incorporating, handling all that while still finding time for art?
Because of 2 jobs, I kind of fell off in the art side of it.
Okay.
So, which is why, I kind of push myself a little bit more.
Right.
Do this.
Which makes it so more beautiful that, statement you would like to say or shout out or anything before I let you go?
Well, shout out to these girls, really, to Ashley, Bunny, for the opportunity. Again, I don't think they understand how great